I'm Miss Tara from Fox Valley Flourish Twirling Club, and if you're going to join us for our adult baton clinic and you're going to need something to twirl, or if you just want to try some of these other videos at home and need something to twirl, this video is going to walk you through your different options. First up, let's start with a regular standard baton. This is mine. If I put it under my arm, it is the length of my arm. If you're going to order one, you want to make sure it's at least as long as your arm. Some twirlers like it a little bit beyond, and that's fine. Companies, ABC Baton, America Baton Company, or Starline Baton, you can't go wrong either way. For an adult, you're going to want to get the thicker shaft. It's a little bit bigger. It's 7/16. Any of those batons are going to be wonderful. All the batons that we have, they are weighted. They've got a little bit of heft to them. The ends are a little bit heavier and they are balanced. If I put my finger in, it should balance right on there. If you have a baton at home and you want to check those things, see where the balance point is, you can check that out. If it's off center, you can still use it, but know that it's going to be a little bit feel different, it's going to twirl differently, and it might be a little bit frustrating for some skills. Because of the weight and the balance, it makes it very easy to do some basic twirls that we're going to learn. Now, if you don't have a full-size baton that fits you, or you don't want to order one, and your child's been taking with me in class, let's look at those options. If they've been taking with me in class, they have a nice weighted baton. It's going to be significantly shorter. This is a really, really short one. You can see it doesn't even come to my wrist. This is going to be hard for me to use, but I can do it. These same twirls I did before, I can still do it with this baton, but it is a lot harder. It doesn't want to twirl quite as nicely for me because my hand is too big for it. It's too short for my arm. There's not a lot of baton to come around when we do these loops. I'm doing it right, but it's going to feel a little strange. It's fine if you want to use this for a clinic, but just understand it's going to feel a little bit off. A slightly longer baton is going to make a big difference. This is for a slightly older child. Now you can see it comes to about the center of my palm. It's still too short for me, but it's going to be much easier for me to twirl. It feels a lot more natural. It's still very short, but it's moving a lot nicer. I'm not feeling quite as awkward with it. So all of those are good options for you. If you don't want to order a baton and you don't have one at your house like I do, go to your basement, your garage, wherever you keep your extra construction supplies and look around. I'll show you some options. This is my staff that I use when I work with theater people for staff spinning and contact work. This is a closet rod that we took out when we redid a closet and did some construction, and all I have added to it is some tape in the middle. This is hockey tape. I like the Renfrew brand. You can get it at Dick's Sporting Goods for about $5 for a roll. It'll last you forever. And then I've also taped the ends. That does two things. One, the ends are now covered, so I'm not going to scratch myself where it's been cut, and it's protected that way. What you can't see is there are also washers taped onto the ends to give it some weight. This was already pretty heavy, but now the ends have a little bit of added weight, so when I spin it, once it's in motion, it wants to stay in motion. 3 to 4 washers is about what most people like to have. I have 3. When I did 4, I thought it was a little bit hard to get it started and a little bit hard to stop it once it was going, and I knew that I was going to want to do some hard and fast stops and hits. If you're going to be doing a lot of striking, you may want to go with 3 instead of 4. So this is one option. Another option is just a regular dowel rod. I got this from my basement. It is too long as far as a baton is concerned. My staff It's 3 feet. It's a little long for my arm, but it's great for staff work. That would be fine for our clinic. These kind of dowels, very easy to cut. You can just mark it, cut it off where you want it. I would strongly advise taping the ends. This dowel, it's a little bit thicker than a baton, but not much. The problem is it's very lightweight. And as such, it's a little harder to control. I can twirl it, but it's pretty difficult to keep it moving. It doesn't want to continue once you've got it started. The size of the ends is such that it's going to be hard to find weights to add, and itself, it's very, very light. Anything you choose, make sure that it doesn't bend and flex. This one does a little bit, but not enough that when I'm catching or moving, it's not bouncing on me. So let's go to our last option here. This is a PVC pipe. It's nice and smooth. It feels good on my hands. I probably wouldn't even need tape in the middle unless I have hands that are very slippery. Again, you can cut the ends. This one I did not cut. I just grabbed it out of our basement. It's a little long, but it would be easy to fix. The ends are the right size that pennies would fit, or you could find smaller washers, tape them on. It's got a nice heft to it already. It's a really nice weight. So when I go to spin, it's gonna turn really nicely and smoothly for me. So this is a good one, I think. It does not bend very much. It does have a fair amount of vibration if it strikes. So it may not be great long term, but for a one-time or just for learning at home, PVC might be an economical way to go. Find something that feels good in your hand. Have it no more than 3 feet long for our clinic. Rolls, I'm gonna go back to my staff, go very well with long. There's enough staff to come around. We can roll it out. Same with my baton. It's a perfect length for me. I can do all these basic rolls really easily. It becomes significantly more challenging when I'm using a baton that's too short. I can do it with this one, but it's hard. It's going to be hard to learn. The shortest baton that I have, it's going to be almost impossible. Instead of holding it where I usually would, I'm going to have to hold it by the end so I get enough baton to come around. I can, but I have to fight for it. Something that's a length of your arm and a little longer is going to make rolls easier. For the spinning, when it's really long, if you hold it in the middle, you should be able to clear under your arm, not something so long that it's going to hit you. You want to be able to hold it in the middle, and it can go around your arm easily without hit as it goes by. It's going to keep you from clobbering yourself so much as you learn some of these basic twirls. Find something that feels good in your hands and that will work for you, and I'd love to see you in class. Thank you.